Hi, friends. It's Chris, and I am here to answer questions that I've been getting about Kundalini and about the workshop that I'm having on March 2nd, Kundalini and a Journey into the Bliss Body. So I wanted to start by introducing myself. Who the heck am I? My name is Chris Batzner. I am the creator and curator of the Awakened Yoga Collective. I am the leader and guide of Central Michigan Kundalini. I am a Kundalini yogi, and I am so excited to share this practice with everybody. I've made it my mission to share this practice of Kundalini in my own style, my unique way with the world. I also really love helping women become the badasses that they know they are. And I use the practice of Kundalini to do just that. So I've been getting some really great questions, and I decided to pop on and make a couple of different videos answering these questions. And today I thought we would start with the foundations. What the heck is Kundalini, and why the heck do I love it so much? And I think I'm going to start with why I love this practice so much. I am a lifelong yogi. I've been doing yoga my whole life, and I've done every style of yoga. I've done every type of class. I am almost 1,000-hour certified yoga instructor. I'm a continuing education provider. I'm a leader. I'm a guide, and I've done pretty much every style of yoga there is. I love Kundalini. It is my soul. It is my heart. Why? Kundalini combines two of my absolute loves, music, which is sound, because we do a lot of mantra in our Kundalini practice. We sing. So they combine sound and it combines movement, lots of yoga. And so when you combine those two things, it's just such a powerful practice. I understand the healing power that sound and music has, and I understand the healing power of movement. And when you put those two together, it creates an absolutely magical, powerful practice that heals and balances the body in a way that I've never experienced anywhere else. And so that's why I love Kundalini so much. Yeah, you have to sing. You don't have to sing. You can just listen and listen to me sing. You can listen to someone else sing. You can speak, you can whisper, you can make sound, but that vibration, which is super powerful, your own voice is your own vibration. It's like a fingerprint for you in vibrational sound. That's hugely powerful. Why wouldn't you want to tap into that? When we come together, that shifts our awareness, that shifts our physical body, our emotional body. Think about how you have felt when you have been at a concert, or you have been in a drumming circle, or you've gone out dancing. Think how you feel afterwards. It's totally different. That is how Kundalini impacts the body. You feel totally different when you are done. Kundalini is completely accessible. So in the past, who knows what you've heard about Kundalini? Some things you've probably heard have been really crazy and out there. Some things are probably pretty accurate. Some things are really not accurate. And so traditionally, when I first started practicing Kundalini, it was very prescribed and rigorous. Like you had to do this breath for 7 minutes or you were doing it wrong. That is not my jam. That's not how I practice anything. I am a rule breaker by heart. And I did not like that masculine, that sun structure of the practice. I found my teacher, Brett Larkin and Guru Singh, and they teach it from a completely accessible standpoint, and I love it. This practice is an ancient practice, and it is very scientifically formulated because they've done research on how it impacts the body and the brain and the emotions and the energy centers. But within that, there is the ability to trust your intuition, to trust your body. And I love that teaching of Kundalini. So the way I teach it is very much, if you are present and you have the intent, you are in the practice. You receive the benefits of this practice. Maybe you're simply breathing. Maybe you're simply listening. Maybe you're simply moving at a different rate or in a different way. If you are present with that intent, and you're breathing, which we all breathe, you are in the practice. And so I love that accessibility about it as well. If you know me at all, you know that I am all about accessibility, and everybody should experience the benefit of a yoga practice, and even more so now of a Kundalini practice. So let's talk a little bit about what the heck Kundalini is, right? So Kundalini is a practice, in the way I define it, is a practice of breath, of movement and awareness. That can be anything, right? So we do it in a very specific way. The movements that we use will feel familiar if you have a traditional yoga practice. There are familiar movements that we do on our mats already. If you've never done Kundalini before, you will recognize some of the things we do. But breath is where we begin. So instead of finding a pose, saying warrior two, and then we find our breath, we find our breath first. And then we use that breath to help us move into the postures. So we begin with breath. We begin with sound, which is carried by our breath. We sing. And sometimes I don't like to call it mantra or chanting because that has an interesting connotation for people. And we are simply resonating our bodies with our own voice. We're singing. We're vibrating our voice, our vocal cords on our body. And we do that with our breath. So we begin with the breath, and the breath guides us into movements. And when we do movements, we do them differently than a traditional yoga practice. We do them for a set amount of time. So it's almost like a repetitive movement. And then we pause before we move to the next movement, because that gives our body, one, while we're in it for a set amount of time, an ability to understand the movement in a different way, at a deeper level. And two, when we stop, it gives us a moment to assimilate, to settle before we go on to the next, so it's not as jarring. We always have sound, we always have breath, we always have movement. And with all of that combined, we start to see, you'll start to see when you do it, a shift in your perception. And that's where that awareness comes in, that understanding of, oh, well, I don't have to do it that way. What if this happens? Or what if I make this choice today? What if I respond to this way? And so that initial, that pause, that movement and that pause and that perspective that comes carries outside of our practice into, well, what if I chose this today? Or what if I did this today? Or wow, I'm really in my head, I'm thinking this story. What if that story isn't true? And all of that comes from the experience that we have within our Kundalini practice. Super powerful. You'll start to notice synchronicities in a different way. You'll start to notice downloads. Your thoughts will shift. You'll start to be aware of things in a different way. That's a whole nother video that I will make, is the platter that the universe has to offer us. Whole nother video. I get excited talking about that. But in a nutshell, Kundalini is breath, movement, and awareness. And that is simply all it is. Nothing weird. It's not a cult. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to do any of it, to be perfectly honest. It is just a different way to connect our breath, our body, and our brain. And I absolutely love it. So do me a favor, leave your questions, comments in the videos, reach out to me on whatever social platform, whatever platform you're seeing this video. Let me know your questions because I really want to answer them. And sign up for my workshop, Kundalini Unveiled, A Journey into Bliss. This is all about the bliss body, what it means to even be in your bliss body, what bliss even means, how Kundalini carries us to that place. It's going to be fabulous. It's March 2nd. It's in Michigan, the middle of Michigan. So if you're in the area, come join us. You can find all of the information and more about me on my website, chrisbatzner.com. It's just that easy, chrisbatzner.com. So I hope to see you March 2nd. Please, please, please leave comments. I am so excited to answer any questions that you have, and I will see you soon. Sat Nam, my friends.